Hey there guys, welcome to the video. My name is Pushpinder Gill, and in this video we're going to be talking about, this is going to be the introductory video on the sine rule of triangles, right? So before we get started guys, this is our website where you can explore more about us. This is our Facebook page where you can give us your valuable like, and this would be the email address where you can give us your valuable feedback. Now let's go ahead and get started guys, right? Now what exactly is the sine rule? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with a triangle first, right? So let's say that this over here is a triangle like this. So let's name this vertex as A, let's name this vertex as B, and let's call this C. Let's call the side opposite to angle A as A. Let's call the side opposite to angle B as B. And let's call the side opposite to angle C as C. So this is what we have. And what we're going to do now is we're going to drop a perpendicular from C here all the way till C. And this is going to be the height. And this is 90 degrees and 90 degrees. Now if you know about the sine, cos and tan, so you would know that sine of B. So what is going to be the value of sine of B? Sine of B would be equal to, so we're talking about this B angle over here, that will actually be equal to the perpendicular divided by the hypotenuse. So this over here is angle B. Sine of B is going to be equal to the perpendicular divided by the hypotenuse. So the perpendicular is actually equal to H and the hypotenuse is equal to A. Which means I can say that the value of H will actually be equal to A sine B, right? So that is the value of H. And again, if I calculate the value of sine A, that is actually going to be equal to, so this over here is A. So sine A is going to be the perpendicular, which is H, divided by the hypotenuse, which is B. So from here I can say that H is equal to A sine A. Sorry, it's B sine A. Now we know that the value of H is equal. So that means what we can do is we can actually equate this to equal to this, which means I can say that A sine B is equal to H, which is equal to B sine A, right? So I have these two expressions, that is A sine B is equal to B sine A. Now if I divide by AB on both sides, right, so what I'm going to have here is, that is sine B over B is equal to sine A over A. Fine. So this is what we have. I'm sorry, this is a small a. This over here is a small a. Now if let's suppose I use the same thing and I invert this triangle, and I go ahead and try to find the value of sine C, the relationship between sine C and sine A. So let's suppose if we drop a perpendicular from B to AC. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep the same triangle. So this is A, this is B, and this is C, and this is A, and this is B, and this is C. If I drop a perpendicular from here till here, and let's say this is H1. So the value of H1, so again, the value of sine C will actually be equal to H1 over A, that is the perpendicular over the hypotenuse. And the value of sine A is actually going to be equal to H1 over C, which is again the perpendicular over hypotenuse. So that means I can say that A sine C is actually equal to C sine A, because this H1 is equal. So that means I have, again from here I can say that A sine C is equal to C sine A. That means I can say that sine A over A is equal to sine C over C. Now we also know that sine B over B is equal to sine A over A, which is equal to sine B over B. Which means if I reverse the whole expression, I can say that A over sine A is equal to B over sine of angle B is equal to C over sine of angle C. Now this is something which we call the sine rule of triangles. Now this is a very helpful tool, very helpful. It will actually help you in finding a lot of things, right? So this is a rule which is actually followed by all the triangles irrespective of the nature of the triangle. The triangle can be an obtuse triangle, an acute triangle, or any triangle. Let's go ahead and see a question here, right? So let's suppose we have this question that this over here is Q, this over here is P, and this over here is R. We've been given this side as 8.5 centimeters, this side as X centimeters, this side is 20 degrees, 60 degrees. If this is 60, this is 20, 80, this is automatically 100 degrees. And we've been asked the value of X. As you can see that X is opposite to 100, we can say X over sine of 100, right? So we can say X over sine of 100 is equal to 8.5 over sine of 60. So it has to be the opposite angle. So that is 8.5 over sine of 60. Now you can actually use your calculator to find the value of sine of 100, right? So that is something that you can do. So the value of X is actually going to be equal to 8.5 times sine of 100 divided by sine of 60. Now if you go ahead and calculate that, that is approximately 9.67. Fine. So suppose you're understanding what I'm trying to say over here, guys. This is the sine rule, which will be helpful for you to go ahead and if you have two angles, if you have two sides in one angle, you can actually find the third side. That's what I'm trying to say. If you have two sides or even one side in two angles, you can actually go ahead and find the third side. So this is actually a very, very useful expression. Now another thing that you need to take care while solving questions using the sine rule is that sine angle will actually can give you two possible values. As you know that sine of 180 minus x is actually equal to sine x, right? So this is actually the property of sine, that after every 180 degrees the sine will repeat itself. Fine. So if the question is asking you the angle, so you can actually get two possible angles. Let me go ahead and so if you don't understand this, go ahead and watch the trigonometric functions video. You will actually understand this in a better way. So let's suppose if we have a triangle ABC. So that's what the question tells us. We have a triangle ABC in which AC is equal to 3 centimeters and angle ABC is equal to 44 degrees. And we have to find the angle ACB. That is what we have to find. So if we go ahead and draw out a triangle over here, so we're gonna have the triangle ABC like this. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. AC is 3 centimeters and ABC is 44 degrees. We have to find the angle ACB. Okay, so we've been given, we've been also given that AB is equal to 4 centimeters. I'm sorry. Okay, so we've been also given that AB is equal to 4 centimeters. And we have to find this angle, that is angle x degrees. Now how do we go ahead and find that? So this is the whole question. So how do we go ahead and find that? So we will know that 3 divided by the opposite angle sine, that is sine 44, is actually equal to 4 divided by sine x. So from here I can say that the value of sine x, so if the sine x goes there, you have 4 times sine 44, this goes there. You have 4 times sine 44 all the way divided by 3, right? So that means you will have the value of sine x to be equal to this expression over here, right? So if we go ahead and try to find out this expression, I'm going to take approximately the value of 44 degrees to be 45 degrees. Sine 45 is 1 over root 2. So 4 into 1 over root 2. So because sine 45 is almost 1 over root 2. So this is going to be equal to 2 root 2 over 3. So sine x is equal to 2 root 2 over 3. Now if you try to calculate the value of sine x, if you try to calculate the value of sine x where it is actually equal to 2 root 2 over 2, you can simply use your calculator to find that, but understand you will actually get the value of x to be equal to 68, approximately 68 degrees. However, there would be another possible value of x that will actually be equal to 180 minus 68 degrees, which is equal to 112 degrees. These two values, for these two values, sine x is going to be equal to this, because if you understand that sine x, the value of sine of x is positive in the first quadrant, positive in the first quadrant, negative in the third quadrant, and negative in the third quadrant. So if sine x is equal to this, so that means there are going to be two values of sine x giving you exactly the same amount, exactly the same value. So that means when the question asks you the value of sine x, you will be getting two different values, right? So that's what the question is all about. So suppose you've understood this one over here, guys. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about how to calculate the area of a triangle using the sine rule, right? So we're going to be we're going to be finding that. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to explore our website, that is perfect-course.com, our Facebook page. Don't forget to give us your valuable like and follow us on Twitter, and give us your valuable feedback at perfectscores89@gmail.com. So this would be about this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.